It's a cold Friday. It's January 23rd. I'm Megan McKinney. This is Here First from IPR. The former superintendent of Des Moines Public Schools has agreed to a plea deal in federal court rather than go to trial. IPR's Isabella Liu reports Ian Roberts was arrested by ICE in September for being in the country without legal status.
Roberts pleaded guilty to falsely claiming he was a citizen on an employment form when he was hired by Des Moines schools. He also pleaded guilty to possessing firearms while not having legal status in the country. Under the deal, the government won't pursue additional federal charges against him in the same federal court related to his false statement and firearms possession. Alfredo Parrish is Roberts' attorney. He called the plea deal not the happiest moment of his legal career.
I would say folks should not get ahead of their skis. Like I said the last time I met publicly with everyone, sentencing will be the day that will be most important, that we will bring out, we believe, factors that could impact his sentencing.
Robert's sentencing date is set for the end of May. I'm Isabella Liu, IPR News.
Industrial manufacturer Case New Holland is laying off over 200 workers at its plant in Burlington. IPR's James Kelly reports the mayor says the plant has played an important role in the community.
The employees were given notice earlier this week. Iowa Warren says the layoffs will take effect in April and May. Local leaders and members of the United Auto Workers Union have fought the company's decision to close the plant. Burlington Mayor John Billups says the plant has been a point of pride for the Burlington community for generations.
We reached out to the state leaders, and everybody was trying to keep them here. So it stinks because we've had years of investment in their plant, both as a city and as a state, and it's just heartbreaking for the families that are going to be affected.
Case New Holland said its reason for the layoffs was a significant drop in loader backhoe demand, a key product produced at the Burlington plant. I'm James Kelly, IPR News.
Iowa House Democrats have proposed a bill to offer more incentives for farmers to adopt practices that improve water quality. They want to triple funding for the nutrient reduction strategy, and they're proposing 2 new tax credits for farms that implement water quality practices. The plan doesn't call for more water quality regulations. Democratic Representative Kenan Judge of Waukegan says it's a chance to bring everyone together to find solutions.
We know that Iowans want healthy water. We know farmers want to take care of the land and take care of the water. Our approach in both parties over the past has been more finger pointing. We welcome that input from them. And if they have better ideas, we should incorporate some.
The Republican leaders of the legislature haven't shown interest in working on water quality this session. An Iowa Senate subcommittee has passed a bill that would expand a ban on instruction related to gender identity and sexual orientation in Iowa schools. A 2023 law prohibits the subjects in K through 6, but the law is blocked from being enforced as it's being challenged in court by several lawsuits. The Iowa Capitol Dispatch reports the 2023 law also prohibited books that contain depictions of sexual acts from being available in K through 12 school libraries. The ACLU and Lambda legal case against the law says it violates students' First and 14th Amendment rights, and it leads to safety risk and discrimination against LGBTQ students. Several advocates spoke in support of the expansion, saying gender and sexuality should only be discussed with parental consent and oversight. It's Here First from IPR. I'm Megan McKinney. Coming up here in just a moment, wheat. It's not grown as much as it used to be in the Great Plains. That's because of drier weather, and wheat has seen fewer advancements than other crops. But seed companies and universities are working to develop wheat hybrid, and we're going to learn about it in just a moment. Stay with us. Welcome back to Here First from IPR. I'm Megan McKinney. Kansas is known as the breadbasket of the world because of its massive wheat production, but in recent years, that's been changing. With poor profits and drier climates, the hard red winter wheat that's grown from Nebraska down to Texas has been harder to manage. But as Harvest Public Media contributor Kaylin Moore reports, new innovations could rejuvenate the wheat belt.
You can see the pollen on that leaf.
It's late summer in western Kansas, and agronomist Logan Simon is walking through test plots used to experiment with corn, cotton, and wheat just outside Garden City.
I do conduct research across southwest Kansas, including this study that we are in today.
The success of wheat farming in Kansas and other states relies on research by scientists like Simon who study crop production. It brings better bread to your stores, healthy livestock that you eat, and biofuels for your cars. That research also leads to new hybrid varieties. These hybrids usually take good traits from different crop varieties and combine them to make a plant that's healthier, hardier, or produces more.
It gives us some greater optimism as we move into a potentially drier future when we think about, food security.
From the Dakotas to Texas, wheat acres have been on the decline due to higher temperatures, drought, and farmers shifting to more profitable crops. Nebraska plants about half of the wheat acres it did 20 years ago. Kansas and Oklahoma have followed similar trends. Scientists, including Catherine Frells, have racked their brains trying to make better wheat hybrids that can thrive under climate change. Frells, who works in wheat breeding at the University of Nebraska, says people witness the scientific success of agriculture without even realizing it.
Whatever crop they're looking at as they go to church, go to the grocery store, whatever, someone had to develop that variety.
Corn hybrids emerged in the 1930s, and soybeans followed a decade later. But why not wheat? Well, wheat pollinates itself, which has made creating hybrid varieties nearly impossible. Jesse Alt is the lead wheat breeder at the global ag company Corteva. Hybrids have consumed most of her career. Back in 2018, scientists mapped out the genome of wheat after decades of research, finally allowing breeders like Alt to find ways to stop wheat from pollinating itself so it could be bred.
It has been the most exciting thing of my career. We can do this. This is really different. And then we, of course, paired it up with, different field tools that we've been using, different planting practices, drones, genetics, and it really started to build very quickly upon itself.
What this breakthrough means for wheat farmers is potentially 20% higher yields with less water, fertilizer, or herbicides. But farmers will need to be able to see and feel the crop if they are going to take a chance on it.
Kick the tires, if you will.
That's farmer Jason Gaddard from Buhler, Kansas. Corteva used Kansas for 70% of their test plots, one of them being on Gaddard's land. He says that the hybrid wheat he has tested has looked good and even produced higher yields. He wants to see how much better that wheat will handle dry times when the rains don't come.
If it can handle that stress better, then you're going to clearly get a better yield or better quality product, and then that becomes more profitable.
But there is a problem with wheat hybrids on the horizon. They will be pretty pricey, and in order to change agriculture, farmers have to actually use the seed. Farmers are able to salvage wheat seed from harvest, saving some money the next planting season. But with hybrids, the seed won't be reusable. So the question is, can the hybrids make farmers enough money to justify the increased cost? Mike Krieghauser is an agronomist for Pioneer, a subsidiary of Corteva. He works with farmers in northwest Kansas, and he remains optimistic about hybrid wheat.
I mean, it's wheat. It should be the easiest adopting hybrid thing that we've ever done in the history of agriculture, really.
Corteva hopes to roll out hybrid wheat on the markets in 2027. For Harvest Public Media, I'm Kaylin Moore.
This story was originally produced by the Kansas News Service. Harvest Public Media is a collaboration of public media newsrooms in the Midwest and Great Plains, including IPR News, covering ag, food systems, and rural life. I'm Megan McKinney. Thanks for taking the time to be informed today. Hope you had a great week. Stay warm. Talk Monday.